What if I told you that with only 100 Kenya shillings, you can go to a supermarket and buy bread, milk, soap, wheat flour, maize flour, just like a person with 10,000 shillings would buy. But for your case, because you only have 100 shillings, you would buy less quantities compared to the person who has a shopping budget of 10,000 Kenya shillings. Would you believe it? Maybe it is not possible when it comes to buying that in a supermarket, but when it comes to in the investment world, it is very much possible that with only 1,000 Kenya shillings, you can get a chance to invest in shares of different companies, to invest in bonds of different companies and countries, to invest in real estate sector, in different industries of real estate sectors. And of course, you can get the opportunity to invest in specialized industries like schools, hospitals, manufacturing sector, and all that. How do you do that with only 1,000 Kenyan shillings? That is the $1 million question. Because by the end of this video, I want to convince you that you don't need to put all your monies in one basket. That you have that 1,000 or 100,000 or even 1 million, and you decide to buy shares of one company like Safaricom, Equity, KCB. And for this investment strategy, you don't need to have so much money. 10,000 could be enough to make you invest in a very well diversified portfolio by buying shares. If it is shares, you might want to buy shares from different banks, KCB, Equity, Cooperative. If you go to insurance sector, you might want to buy for Britam, for ICA, for Sanlam. If you go to SACCOs, you want to invest in some of the strongest SACCOs. If you go to the agricultural sector, Kakuzi, if you go to manufacturing sector, there are a number of firms that in the manufacturing sector. And I'm telling you, with only 1,000 Kenya shillings, it is possible. How? This is what happens. Because it is said, if you want to go far, we go together. But if you want to go fast, you go alone, but chances of you crashing are very high. So let's join hands. You have 10,000. I have 1,000. There's a person who has 100,000. There's a person who has 1 million. There's another person who has 10 million Kenya shillings. And all of us cumulatively, we raise 1 billion Kenya shillings. And I'm talking about a company that I know. Someone formed it 3 years ago. And he came up with that idea. And he was able to rally and mobilize people to raise and pull funds together. The company now has close to 1 billion Kenya shillings that Kenyans, both locally and the ones that are in diaspora, have invested. So now, after raising, let's say 1 billion Kenya shillings for my video, this person now decides that we want to invest collectively. You remember, if you contributed 1,000 shillings in this basket, it is part of the 1 billion. For the person who invested 10,000, 1 million, all these monies are inside this basket. Now, the company I'm talking about is none other but Quest Pinnacle Investments Limited. This is what they have done. Now, after collecting the 1 billion, their board sits down, because this board comprises of investment specialists and experts. Agree that we will invest this 1 billion that people have entrusted with us by buying shares, by buying bonds, by buying real estate products, and also investing in alternative markets. So under shares, they ask themselves, can buy shares for many companies that are here in Kenya and even globally. But we only want to invest in blue chip companies. So for instance, in Kenya, they say in the financial sector alone, we have the banking industry, we have the insurance industry, we have the pension firms industry, we have the SACCOs as an industry. So we will apportion part of these 1 billion shillings that we have. Let's first understand that we have 4 different investment options that we can invest. That is in shares, we do bonds, we can do real estate products, and we can also alternative investments. So those are 4 categories. So let's divide by, assuming we are dealing with 100% of them have. So divided by 4, it is 25% to be invested in each and every sector. So in each and every investment option. So now we say 25% of this 1 billion to be invested in shares, another 25% to be invested in bonds, and another in real estate, and another in alternative investments. So for the one for shares, we will even divide it further. Part of the portion that is to be divided for shares, part will go to the firms that are in the financial sector, a part will go to firms that are in agricultural sector, others in manufacturing sector, and everything will not be invested in Kenya, has been invested in other nations, developed nations. You go to the US, you invest in Facebook, you invest in Microsoft, you invest in Tesla. You go to UK, you invest in those big, reliable firms. So that's only for shares. So in Kenya, for instance, you can come in a banking sector and invest some shares in KCB, Cooperative Bank, ABSA, NCBA, those banks. If you go to the telecommunication sector, you can buy a few shares for Safaricom. If you go to the manufacturing sector, you pick the best performing counters for those firms. So the same for financial, you do for agricultural, you do for manufacturing. By the time you are spending